Hey guys, Tina here. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome me back to my channel, I guess. I kind of sort of took an unscheduled hiatus there, but I am back and I'm ready to film more videos for you guys. If you are noticing that this intro looks familiar, that's because it is. I am using this same intro for this kind of sort of declutter type series. It's just a couple videos and I figured it'd be easier to film one intro for all of them. So you can skip ahead, you don't have to listen to the whole spiel, but if this is the first one of this series of declutters that you are watching, a little bit of info. So my last video I mentioned that I was starting to feel really overwhelmed, and I mentioned self-care and stuff like that. That's what happened. I decided to take a step back, kind of reevaluate some things, and just kind of take care of myself and take care of my family and figure out some things with life. So one of the things I decided to do to make myself feel less overwhelmed was to declutter. I'm not going drawer by drawer, section by section with you guys. I am pulling out all the products that I have decluttered, telling you why I'm getting rid of them, and pretty much just short forming a declutter video. Alright, that's enough rambling, guys. Let's get into it. Alright, so once again, I've got everything laid out here for you guys. You can tell by what's sitting here, this is going to be eye products. So first we're going to start with the let's start with the eyeliners. So first off, I'm getting rid of this NYX Vivid Bright liquid liner in the shade Gunmetal. I've never used it, never opened it. I just don't see myself using that kind of silver. I've actually decluttered silvers in the past. Next, I'm getting rid of this Illamasqua Precision Ink liner. This was a decent liner. It honestly was. I've had this before. Ipsy ended up sending me a second one. I just do better with like felt tip pens and stuff compared to like the liquid pot type of formula, but this is a really nice liner. Okay, more eyeliners. Okay, so the two brown ones I'm getting rid of, the NYX Brown Perfection and the Pacifica Fringe. They just don't go on as creamy and smooth as they used to, and I don't wear brown that often, and I have another one to use up, so that will actually go in the garbage. And I've got these blue ones from Marcel. I don't wear blue that often, and I do have other blues in my collection. These were actually gifted to me by a friend of mine. She sent me a ton of them. I did keep a couple of them in my collection to try out, but she sent me like 8 or something of them, so I'm going to be passing these along to people. They are really nice pencils though. For black, I've got a Lord and Berry mini sample. I have enough black in my collection. This NYX Slide On in Jet Black. It's not as pigmented as it used to be, and I have other blacks in my collection. And this Model Co one that I got in an Ipsy bag. It looks gray, and it's just, I don't feel safe putting that on my eye. Plus it kind of drags a little bit, so that will be going in the garbage. Okay, so next, let's go into cream shadows. This is a Jordana Made to Last in Uphold Gold. I do really like this formula. I do really like this shadow. I have 2 others in my collection. I just don't wear this shade, so I will be passing that on to somebody. I've got these e.l.f. Long Lasting Lusterish eyeshadows. That one has dried out just a little bit, but it still swatches good. They are very pretty colors. I just don't wear them that often, and I have other cream shadows, so I will be passing those along. This Maybelline Color Tattoo in Tough as Taupe. I've honestly used it once, and I just don't use cream shadows like this as much as I used to. Getting rid of that. This Katy Kat Pearl. This can be used as a highlight or a shadow. This is in Tiger's Eye, I believe. I wasn't a fan of this. It was a bit too gold to be a highlight for me, and a bit too sheer to be a shadow, so I will be passing that along. I've got these 2 little Roller Bell shadows from Bellafiore, I don't know. They're really pretty and everything, but I have other whites and I have other golds in my collection. I did keep the pink one of this though that was sent to me. Okay, and then for eyeshadow palettes, I've got the Rimmel Magnifies Shadow in London Nudes Calling. I actually had 2 of these. One of them I've already put in a bag for a friend of mine. I swatched these palettes. That's all I did. I have so many other palettes to use, so that is going goodbye. The Milani Must Have Naturals Everyday Eyes palette. It's a good palette, honestly, for the drugstore. Milani makes some great eyeshadows, but I have so many other neutrals, I just never reach for this. Someone else could really get some use out of this, so I'm passing that along. This CoverGirl True Naked Jewels actually breaks my heart a little bit because I really do enjoy this palette. It's very pretty. I've used it a couple times. I just got the Pretty Vulgar Pretty Birdie palette, which has more colorful shadows, and I enjoy that palette just a bit more than this one, so I will be passing that along. And then this one is going to be going in the garbage. This is the Rockstar Balm Jovi palette by The Balm. I really did try to get some use out of this. I panned a couple of the shadows there. I tried to depot those, but realized I had other colors in my collection. My problem is the lip products I can't use now because there's powder in there. And I just never reach for this anymore. I tried to pan it last year, and I got a dent in this one, and I think it was this one. Yeah, I got a dent in those ones, but I just never reached for any of this, and it says it's good for 12 months, and I bought it in February of 2016, so this needs to go. Alright, that's everything. Hopefully you guys enjoy this type of video. If you like it and you think I did a good job, leave me a thumbs up down below and let me know. If there's any other types of videos you'd like to see, leave them in the comment section down below, and hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button and join me next time. Bye guys!
Yeah.